Hi, Troy Smutka from Great Day on the Water Guide Service here. Welcome to this episode of Fishing and Hunting the North Country. It's mid-May and we are on a kind of a central Minnesota prairie lake, large lake but shallow. We got hard bottom areas, soft bottom areas, and we are targeting shoreline flats, shoreline emergent, pencil reed, shoreline submergent, cabbage, scattered rock and gravel, but kind of the shoreline flats. Looking for post-spawn walleyes and pre-spawn bass, largemouth and smallmouth on this lake. Maybe get a pike. You can see we got a nice fat largemouth here, our first fish of the day. That's definitely a female. We're going to get her back and keep at it, and we'll talk more about equipment and locations as we go along. Stay with us. Hey there, got another largemouth. This one hammered a jerk bait. Pink and white Rapala X wrap, not as big as that last one, but still working at shoreline flat here. We're out away from the pencil reeds now, out kind of on a gravelly, sandy mixed bottom with some scattered weed. You hammer that guy? A jerkbait is a great bait early season like this for working these shallow flats. This one happens to be the Rapala X wrap, the 4-inch. I like this pink and white color. I like the purple and white color. I like natural colors like a perch, but it's a great bait. You can fish horizontally across these flats. You can fish it over the top of weeds. They make shallow and deeper models, so you can work it down along the edge of weeds. You can work it across rock, gravel, even over stumps on these shallow flats, and it catches everything: walleyes, largemouth, smallmouth, pike, even crappies will hammer it. Alright, my son Parker's got a largemouth here. Drilled the spinner bait and working into the pencil reeds. Atta boy. Good fish. So far it's a largemouth day. We were hoping for some multi-species, some smallies and walleyes too, but no go. Good job, buddy. Hey, we got another largemouth here. Now been the one species early here, but different baits. This one hit a crankbait, a purpley frenzy shad number 7. Kind of a goldish color. Another male, smaller male, but we definitely got bass staging on these shoreline flats, getting ready to spawn. But we're also hoping to, it's like smallies, hoping to get some of them, and hoping to get some post-spawn walleyes too. So we'll keep working these areas, switching baits till we get a pattern dialed in. There, we got a small pike up in the pencil reeds here. They'll tangle up in the reeds. Got another largemouth on a spinner bait. Well, this is on a white Berkeley power bait spinner bait. Second year out of these. I love these baits. That skirt is infused with power bait scent. Another male there, catching all sizes. Well, you got to kind of pick up a pattern during the day. Our goal today, we were going to be shoreline flats outside of some wheat beds with more mixed bottom contents, some cabbage weeds, some sandy areas, some gravelly, even rocky areas, and we were thinking we'd target multiple species out there. We're using some soft plastic jig spinners, some jerk baits, crank baits, and we got a couple of fish, but then when we got in close to the pencil reeds, we found some fish up in the pencil reeds. With the water temp, these are bass getting ready to spawn or just even started spawning. So the pattern has been right in the pencil reeds, about 2.5 to 3.5 feet of water. They're right up in them there. You can see the reeds are not very well developed. They're just, we'll go ahead and scan and just show them. They're not very well developed. So they're not very thick yet, barely sticking out of the water, and the bass are staging right up in here, and they're spawning up on the inside, bedding up, I'm sure, or about to inside there. So you got to be flexible. It was not going to be a multi-species day out in 5 to 7 feet of water. It's going to be a largemouth day up in 2.5 to 3.5 or 4 feet of water. So we'll stay at it. Hey there, got another one trying to keep up out of the pencil reeds here. Another largemouth. That's a nice one. Sit and catch them all day like we are, one after another. We'll take 25, 30 of those in a day. Still pitching those spinner baits up in the right up in the pencil reeds and the Anchorus here with the Minn Kota. I'm going to go through equipment a little bit here, let that fish go. Alright, so I think I mentioned earlier, this is we're pitching some Terminator stainless, super stainless spinner baits, and we're pitching some Berkley. We're pitching half ouncers. We got 3 color patterns going. We got a kind of white and silver shad it's called. This is a bright white shad, and we've got a white and chartreuse shad going too. This is my son's using the same thing. It's a St. Croix Mojo Bass, 7 foot. This is a medium heavy power, just a little more to pull them through the weeds and get them in, with a moderate action so they can inhale that spinner bait. That's less, the rod bends a little farther down so they can inhale that spinner bait. I'm using a Abu Garcia spinning reel. My son's using Fluger spinning reel. My dad's using spinning gear, St. Croix and Fluger as well, and we're using 14-pound test Berkley Fireline Crystal. Casts well and cuts through all of those pencil reeds nicely if you do bang into some, and cuts through them nicely when you're fighting fish like that one there to bring in. So we'll stay after it here, but we have definitely picked up the pattern. There we go. Not bad. No. And then chartreuse and white shad. Berkley spinner bait, another male. Right up in the pencil reeds.
First fish of the day, but he was aggressive.
Good job, Dad. With the camera wave and a smile. Yeah. Got a jumper here. Trying to get him up out of the bury his nose down and get the line wrapped around those pencil reeds. Jumped a couple times. Okay. Good largemouth there. Oh, he's got some interesting colorations on him. See that yellow spots on the tail? And then up here, back on his back, and even up by his nose.
He's yellow in his mouth too.
Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, we've got 15 bass up in the pencil reeds on the spinner baits already. Another 3-4 on crankbaits and jerk baits on the edges of the weeds. So, definitely turned out to be a largemouth bass day. We'll get a picture of this guy, let him go, and we'll get back in. Oh, he threw it on you?
Yeah.
Alright, got another one here, a little bigger one here to keep up out of those pencil reeds. Alright. Look at this fish. There we go. Yeah, a little nicer one. That's probably a female there. Oh yeah, she's got a belly full of eggs. So these are fish staging in these pencil reeds, and they're going to move up to the firmer bottom right inside the pencil reeds and spawn here. Some probably already are up there on the beds. I don't like fishing for them on the beds. Nothing wrong with it, I just don't do it. But you could probably go up there and sight fish and catch fish up on the beds too. But a lot of these can be fish that We got some skinny ones that might just have finished spawning, some females that moved out, and then of course the males will sit in the beds. But we're catching males out here too, so apparently some of these fish haven't started spawning yet. Some are doing it, some are done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a few more, but I have plenty of days where it goes the other way too, and one of you guys is catching them all, so they all even out. All right, just a quick equipment rundown. We're going to call it a day here. Our original plan was multi-species. This lake has walleyes, northerns, largemouth, and smallmouth, and we thought we'd be finding post-spawn walleyes, post-spawn pike, and then pre-spawn largemouth and smallmouth on the shoreline flats, kind of out from the emergent weeds, out with some scattered submergent weeds, some rocks, some gravel, some sand. We did catch a couple of largemouth on jerk baits like this Rapala X-Rap out there, and we did catch a couple on crankbaits as well. But then we got up closer to the pencil reeds and caught a largemouth right away on a spinnerbait into the pencil reeds a little bit, not out on the edge. And so then we moved up into the pencil reeds, and sure enough we found largemouth bass staging, either finishing spawning or getting ready to move into spawn. They're just out a little ways from where the beds are, and proceeded to catch a ton of those. Spinnerbait was the best bait for running inside those weeds through those pencil reeds. This happens to be a white, bright white, the Berkley power bait spinnerbait. We were using a silver Terminator stainless steel one as well, silver shad, and then we had a chartreuse and white of this Berkley going as well, and that caught most of the fish, the bass, one pike. We lost a few too that came off. We got a couple wrapped around the pencil reeds, so you have to be flexible. That's a pretty good pattern for this time of year. Usually that's we're not quite into that, but the water, we had no winter and a warm spring, so the water temperature is a little ahead of where it is, so you just have to adjust and be flexible. Wound up catching, I'm sure we got close to 20 largemouth, one pike, lost a few, so, and most of those were up in those just newly developing pencil reeds. Thanks for watching the episode, and we'll have more coming up as the season goes on here. Well, hope you enjoyed our show. Learned a little bit about being flexible. Our multi-species plan out in the 6 to 8 feet on the flats didn't happen, but we found the largemouth staging right up in pencil reeds, newly emerging pencil reeds, in about 2.5 to 4 feet of water. It means they're just getting started with the bedding, or about to get started with the bedding, or even into it a little bit. So I had a blast, got a couple dozen of them, got a pike mixed in there. So hope you enjoyed the show. For Parker Smutka and Nate Smutka, I'm Troy Smutka. Thanks for watching this episode of Fishing and Hunting the North Country, and we'll see you in our next one. Until then, good luck, and I will see you out there somewhere.